Hey everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project panning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. I'm going to do a get ready with me today. I haven't done one of these in a while. I've filmed one, but I haven't posted because I was like a straight up mess in that video. I don't know what was going on with me. I was just off that day. So what I wanted to do today was use some of the new stuff that I got in my Sephora haul for the 2021 spring sale. And I also wanted to use some of the stuff that I had bought last year that is still unopened. I have quite a bit of stuff that has not been touched, and I just want to get into all my fun things. I will be using some stuff that is like stuff that's just standard things that I use every day because I don't have new things for every single aspect of my face, but I just want to go ahead and try out some new things. So we're going to start with my forehead area first, and I have a couple of primers that I'm using in my projects, but I wanted to try a sample one that I have, and it's the Dior one. I wanted to try this little guy right here because these things go bad faster because they're just smaller samples, and it comes with a little stick, kind of plasticky stick on it, and you just like stick it in there and scrape it out. So I'm just going to, I don't like this kind of stuff because I don't like to like, you know, put it back in or whatever, but obviously this is just a really small sample, so I'm just going to use a little bit and then I'll take my hands and blend that in. So I want to try a couple of different things because the September sale for Sephora, of course, is in a few months, and after I try the things that I have for mini sizes and you know, just stuff in general that I have in my collection for samples and things, I want to see if I want to get full sizes or like what I think about them. And I want to use this stuff soon, and I don't want to like have everything just kind of sit here. I want to actually get use out of it. So this one feels pretty nice. It's actually quite almost moisturizing feeling, which I really like, and it's got that slight feel of like silicone, but it's not so much that it's, I don't know if it's gonna smear my foundation around, so we'll check that out. I think for foundation, I'm gonna try my Maybelline Fit Me. I just got this at a local drugstore. Sorry, I gotta take the wrapper off of everything. And I picked this up recently, and I thought I would try it. It's been around for quite a while, but I wanted to try something new. I actually just realized that I don't have a huge amount of foundation. I'm going to put this one on my forehead. I hope it's going to work for my skin shade. If not, I'm going to try something else. So I'm just going to grab a little bit and do a little patch test and see. It's actually quite light, but I'm going to put this on my forehead, and then I'm going to try and use a different foundation, I think, on the rest of my face. I want to try a couple, and I have a few that are samples. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and apply that to my sponge. These are from Amazon. They are really, really cheap, and I don't love them. So I don't know that I would recommend them, but yeah, they're kind of cheap. I put a little bit too much foundation on my sponge for what I planned on using, but I'm just going to press that into the skin, and you can see it's like a hint too light for me. I actually thought it was going to be too dark, but I underestimate my skin shade, and I've actually been getting quite a bit of sun when I go outside. For some reason, I'm tanning really, really fast, so I've been using sunscreen, and I want to get that Supergoop sunscreen from Sephora for the summer, and stupid me, I didn't buy it during the sale. So yeah, it actually looks not bad. I'm really impressed. I might actually use this for the entire look. I'm really liking it. It's kind of light and soft. I think I'm going to use that for the entire look. So because I grabbed enough on my sponge, I just kind of laid it down on a napkin. So what I'm going to do is just grab at it whenever I need, but I'm going to just start with my forehead because I want to do my brows next. And if I do my forehead after, I get powder all in my brows. I have so much brow hair. You guys will see. So what I'm going to do is now set my face with my Too Faced powder. This is in my project, and I'm obviously not going to show you yet because I have to do updates. So I'm just going to set this a little bit. This is a Too Faced foundation. I think it's in, is it in medium? Golden Light, pardon me. They have some weird names, but Golden Light. And I just want to press this and set it. But I really like it so far how it looks. It makes my skin look really nice and smooth. And it doesn't look very cakey so far, which I like. I just want something really soft. And I was considering, I want to get a couple of tinted moisturizers, but I'm thinking I might just use some of the ones that I have right now and mix my moisturizer in with it just to make it a little bit less crazy, like a less full coverage. But I'm really enjoying this one actually. And then what I want to do is go in with my brows. So the first thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Brow Freeze. I think it's Brow Freeze, yeah. I've used this once and it wasn't as amazing as I thought it was going to be. I have incredibly coarse eyebrow hair. Like you guys can see, I have a ton of brow hair, and I use soap, and I also use Saint product. The Saint brow wax is incredible. It really holds up my hair. I could do laminated brows easily with the Saint product, but with this one I didn't find it as amazing as people are making it seem. So I'm going to try this now with you guys and see what I think. Basically, I just lightly dab my spoolie in on all sides. I don't mind getting a little excess because I have so much brow hair. And I'm just going to swirl the spoolie throughout the hairs and coat the hairs with the product. This brow usually participates a lot better. This one's usually easier to style and stick up the hairs, like if I want to do this look. But you can see I have so much brow hair. Like I could just be done with that. But I always fill in the tail a little bit because I just there's just so much that the back end looks a little bit sporadic. I kind of over tweezed in that area. So far it's okay on this eyebrow, and I'm just pressing the hairs up now. I'm going to come back to it in a second. I want to coat the spoolie again. See how it goes on this brow. This one is the one that's more finicky. I definitely need to do a little bit more work, especially in this area right here. I really need to go in heavy with products because no matter what I use, it usually ends up falling. And I definitely want to have really fun, spiky brows. I do like this look a lot. And I do have to trim my brows quite often, honestly. They grow really fast. Just going to pull down the back end a little bit, just so that it doesn't look like I got electrocuted. So far, it's working okay. But usually by the next hour, or not usually, I guess I've only tried it once, so I can't say usually, but by the next hour, I have a feeling that they will just fall. So I'm just going to really, really press the brows in place, but I have a feeling that they will just fall. All right, so let's move forward from the brows for now, or from the brow freeze, because I have to go in with some of my brow product. Like, I don't know if I'm going to use brow gel or I don't know why can't I talk? Why can't I think of what I want to use? I'll show you. So I have this brow pencil, and I also have this, which is my MAC Deep Dark Brunette Fluidline Brow Gel Cream. Looks like this. This is also in a project, but I mean, you can't really tell how much I use. And then I use a brush here. So I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to go in with the brow gel because the brush is really, really fine. So I can get pretty good flicks on that. Also, I like to sort of thicken the tail a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I want to sort of define the way that the brows, like I usually don't do my brows on camera because, well, mostly I don't really do a lot of tutorials on camera anymore either, but I definitely like to do my brows on my own because they do take quite a bit of time. So I just like to fill in the arch and like the little end part. And then all I do is like carve it out after to help with the shape. Now I'm going to take this. This is my MAC Studio Finish Concealer. And this is in the shade NW20 or NC25. It's just a little bit too dark for me right now. I'm quite a bit paler in the winter than I am in the summer. I can probably go about 4 shades darker in the summertime. And so I'm just going to take a really flat to short brush from Morphe and I'm going to carve my brows out. So now that I'm basically done with my brows, I've added a little bit of my Milani eyeshadow primer. And this one's okay. It's similar to the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, and it's a fraction of the cost. Quite a bit cheaper than the Urban Decay, and it does work well. It doesn't crease on me or anything, so this is definitely a really good dupe or like alternative to the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. I highly recommend it. For eyes now, I'm actually going to use my 420 palette from Melt. I just recently picked this up during the sale and I definitely wanted to try that out. So we're going to go ahead and play with that today. I'm also going to be using a more warm, like orangey kind of color base palette later. So I want to make sure that I use a little bit more like warmer shades out of the palette. So I think I'm going to stick to like this sort of end. So these are more like greens. So I think I'm going to stick to more like these shades and then like use this to deepen up or whatever. So we're going to go ahead and try that now. I'm a little excited. I'm a little bit nervous because the Melt eyeshadow formula can be a little bit finicky. So we're just going to go and hope for the best. I want to keep it really soft and neutral today for eyeshadow. So I think what I'm going to do is just start with, let's see, what eyeshadow do I have here? We're going to start with Dank. We're going to start with this shade right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and blow that out just a little bit. This is like beautiful embossing on these palettes though, by the way. I just want to go a little bit in the crease, just really soft. So I like the fact that it looks really smoked out, like very, very smoky. But the eyeshadows can get really patchy really, really quickly. So I definitely like to make them a little more like dense and impactful than soft. And I really did actually want to go for a more soft look today. So I'm going to try and deepen this, but I'm going to try and keep it as soft and neutral as possible. This is a really nice shade though. It's almost like a deep, deep version of Uninterrupted from MAC. Really, really like this. I'm just blending out the outer corner, sort of making that outer V area. And now basically I'm just going to blend the top out quite a bit. Just blend, 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 blend. I love the grungy look of these eyeshadows. I really love it. Like, you don't have to be super precise or too perfect with these. They're just really grungy, messy. I kind of love that look. I think the one that performs the best for me though is the Season Parties. Really nice. It really performs well. The shades lay down nice. They blend nice. They play together nice. It's really good. So as you can see, they're really, really patchy. The eyeshadows kind of, there's like a deeper spot out here and up here and kind of around. So there are little patches, but I'm not too worried about it because I mean, I really like the grungy look. Even though I wasn't really going for that today. And then I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the shade Blunt, which is right here. And I'm going to go with the same brush and just lightly put that right over top, sort of in the crease like area, and blend it out to make that a little bit more warm. And then for the crease, I'm just going to... what do I want to take here? I guess I'll just use the same brush and I'm going to take the shade Roll It, which is right here. And I'm just going to tap that in the outer corner. It would be better if I used a more stiff brush, which actually I could probably do, but I'm just going to do the same thing to the other eye and then I'll clean it up with a stiffer brush. Again, just same shade, just going right in and pressing. Pressing is a little bit better with these shadows, and then I'll drag it across the crease. Even though I like to go a little bit higher with my crease because when I open my eye, you don't necessarily see it, but I don't want to go too high. I don't want to be too bold with this. So I have to get my tires changed this week, and I have a nail in one of my tires. It's actually, they're brand new winter tires. So in Canada, I don't know how everything is done anywhere else, but we have winter tires here so that we can go to work in a blizzard. So yeah, we drive in all weather. We don't get to stay home on snow days. We don't get to stay home. So basically I have to get those switched over because now it is spring and it's a little bit nicer out, and there's no snow on the ground, so there's no need for me to have the tires on, but everyone is so booked and the place that I go to only had availability this week. So I'm going this week to get those handled, to get my other tires on. They're going to fix the nail in the one tire. So I'm so happy I'm going to have my other tires on, and I'm going to go get my truck washed. It's going to be a good day. So I've actually really blown this out quite a bit, and adding that color to the outer corner just really made this a lot more than what I was actually going for. But I'm not hating it. I'm having a lot of fun with the eyeshadow palette. But I think what I want to do is I want to try this gold shade called Shatter. And it's like really, really, like, it's bold. Like it's going to be a bold color. I don't really normally wear golds, but I think I'm going to do it today because why not, right? So I'm going to get my trusty MAC Fix Plus. I'm spraying my brush and I'm just going to press it in the shadow. This one is quite a crumbly shade. So I'm just going to coat the bristles and spray again. And pick up a little bit more, and then I'm going to press this on. I may need to go in with my fingers after. So that was really pretty. This is actually quite a bit prettier than I assumed that it was going to be. The only thing is there are a lot of flakes. I can feel them all coming down here, which is why I don't do my face makeup first, especially when I'm using melt products. All right, so off camera, I did my eyelashes. I just used my roller lash mascara from Benefit, and I really like how it turned out. I also added a little bit of eyeshadow on the top, but just one of my Project Pan items. I'm not even gonna show that, but I wanted to set underneath my brows because of course I had put that other color there. But what I'm noticing is that in person I have more of a blend, but on camera it looks like I have quite a line of product. So I'm probably going to fix that later, but for now we're just going to proceed forward. But I am really enjoying that eyeshadow palette, and I will probably do a little bit underneath my eyes, but first I want to go ahead and finish the rest of my face. So I'm going to go and use the Dior, let's find out what this is called. Dior Backstage Face and Body Primer. Now, this is in like silver writing. It is incredibly hard to see that. So I wish they had put like maybe white writing or black writing or something that was a little more contrasting to the actual color of the product itself. But I am really enjoying the product. It's a little strange. There's some holes in between. I don't know if you can see those, but wherever those lines are right in the center, those are little holes. And every time you push it through, the product goes through to the other side. So it's like, it's not going on my face. It's just going through to the other side, which is really weird. Oops, I was going to put on my forehead. So it has a very soft smell. It's not too bad. I'm enjoying the way that this feels on my skin. I think this is something that I would invest in. So I'm going to check it out. I actually want to get a couple of primers. I just got the Fenty Primer, the Pro Filter one. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. I can't wait to use it. And I also want to get the One Size Magnet Primer. I know it has a different name. I just call it the Magnet Primer, but it's a blurring one and it's really good too. I tried a sample of that and I really enjoyed it, and I definitely want to pick that up as well. And I think I want to pick up the Dior one as well. So I'm going to have a couple of different primers to play with. And then of course, I have my MAC one, and I also want to get the Clinique one. The Clinique one is really nice as well. Very moisturizing. I do have oily combination skin, but I also have dry parts on my skin. So definitely it's like dry here like crazy, and then oily tea, and then just normal around the edges. So my skin is just straight up a bunch of different kinds of skin. So I have to sort of work different products all over my face, and I just kind of want to find something that works great. And the only one so far that has been amazing for me is the MAC one. And then of course I really liked the Fenty one. That's why I picked it up. And I didn't try the Patrick Star one until after, but I had the sample before the sale, so I should have used it before I got my order, or before I placed my order, because then I could have actually used it. But I didn't try it until after the sale was over, so that's okay. Anyways, that was a whole lot of nothing. I'm going to proceed now with my face makeup. So we're going to go and use the, you know, this thing, the sponge, that thing. And I'm just going to place the product lightly all over my face. I want to go in really, really lightly. What I like about this is the sponge is lightly dampened, and it's sort of making the product less like less thick almost. Like it doesn't go on as thick, it goes on a little smoother. And I don't normally use a sponge to apply my products because I like the brushes for stippling, especially around my nose area. So I'll probably have to go in with a brush just around my nose area. But so far I'm enjoying this, and this foundation is really nice and it's inexpensive. And that makes me so happy. I would like to try things that are a little less costly, but I also want to try some new products because I've been hearing so many good things about different foundations at Sephora, and I would really like to try a couple out because it's been a while since I've actually put some money into a foundation, except for this one here, which is my Velvet Noir from Makeup Forever. And although I love that foundation, I just want to try something new. I've already used that before, and I want to try something new. All right, so I'm really enjoying this foundation. It looks really nice and very natural. It doesn't cover my blemishes a whole lot, but like I have dark spots here and then a couple on this side, but I'm okay with that. I'm just going to fix up a little bit around my face, or around my nose, sorry. For concealer, I'm actually going to use a Sephora brand concealer, and this is called Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer, and it is in the shade 08 Palmier. And the reason I'm using this is because it's in a project, but also it is really new for me to use, and I believe they still carry this line. And I've been kind of enjoying it. I've only used it a handful of times, and I wanted to get a little more usage out of it. And yes, I still go in with quite a bit of concealer. I am not 20 years old anymore, and I need a little bit of extra coverage. So we're going to go in with a little tiny sponge from Quo, and that is a Canadian brand. And I'm just going to take that and go right underneath my eyes. What I like about this is that it just brightens up underneath my eyes so nicely. It just looks so flawless. Like it looks like natural skin on my face, at least from what I'm seeing. It looks nice and natural. So I'm going to go ahead and complete the other side and see if it covers up this little blemish I got over here. So I'm really enjoying the way that this looks. I do like to go in underneath my eye skin because, like I said, I'm not 20 years old anymore and definitely need a little extra help getting the product all over the places that I need it. But I'm really enjoying this concealer, so I highly recommend it. I think it's only, what, $16, $18 Canadian, something like that. So it would be a fraction of the cost in the States if you're interested in looking into that. If you guys know of a good concealer that I should try it, let me know. I want to try the Kosas one. I think it's called Kosas. Kosas? I think it's I think it's called Kosas, but I'm not even sure, to be completely honest. Okay, so let's go ahead and proceed. I want to go and try this Natasha Denona Bloom Blush and Glow palette, and I bought this last year at the sale, like the one in September last year, and I never used it yet. It's brand spanking new. The only thing I don't like is I can see some separation of the product in this blush. You can see that the oil or something like that is separating, and it kind of freaks me out when that happens, but I can tell it's oil because it just comes right off onto my skin, so it's just a little bit separating. But I'm going to just press that back into the product and wipe it off on a napkin. Oh, that makes me so sad. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do first, do I want to contour my face first? Maybe I should do that first. Let's try, do I have a cream contour? We are going to try the Patrick Ta thing first. This is the She Sculpted in medium. It is the Major Sculpt powder, cream bronzer. What is going on with me? It is the Major Sculpt cream contour and powder bronzer duo. So we're going to use this as well. Oh my god, I'm so excited to use this. My fingerprints are going to go everywhere on this absolutely stunning packaging. This is so chic and sleek. I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one first. It does look a little bit deep. I bought it for more of my summer shade, but whatever. All right, so I'm looking a little bit pasty, I'm not going to lie, compared to my chest and everything that has a little bit of redness. So we're going to go ahead and start putting some of this bronzer on, and I'm going to go ahead and start with the pointed foundation brush from e.l.f. I just wanted to grab this. I don't really have a whole lot of cream brushes, to be completely honest, just the stuff that I have with my Saint products. And I'm going to go ahead and carve this out first. I believe we're supposed to go in with the powder first and then go over top of it with the powder, or with the cream, sorry. But I just wanted to lay a little bit of this down first and see what it looks like. So I took it a touch too low here, so I'll have to clean that up after. That actually looks really nice. It's very soft and subtle. I really like it. I don't go all across my forehead because I have a little tiny 3 head. And it's like, if I carved that out, it was just like, I usually do it if I do my Saint makeup products, but I don't normally with any other makeup. I don't know why that is. So I kind of dig that right now. I'm actually going to go in with the smaller brush I have here, which is the Sedona 224. It's also a synthetic bristle brush. And I'm going to take that down my nose. I really want to narrow the look of my nose. That looks really nice. It's just soft and subtle, not overbearing. I really like it. Now I'm going to go ahead and take a powder brush from Morphe, and I'm going to go in with the powder. This is just so pretty. And I'm just going to set that a little bit. It's just really soft and subtle and pretty. I think I'm going to take a Cliona brush. This is just a very synthetic-y, it's almost like, it's kind of cheap looking, I'm not going to lie, but I'm just going to try it with the powder. And just place it a little bit over top of my contour. I don't usually use bronzer as a contour, but I need to set it and I really want to warm up my face. And as you can see, this goes nicely with the eye look. It just warms it up so much. This is very pretty. It's just soft and subtle and like it's not too much. I'm gonna take a little bit now and go underneath my chin, just a little, just to give me a little bit more definition. That is so pretty. I'm really enjoying that. I'm actually going to go back in with the cream now and just like lightly go over top of that powder. I may have to invest in his brush for this because I don't have any brushes that I would want to use with this product. I just have my own. It is quite a stiff cream as well. And I feel like it would pick up easily if you didn't have the right tools. So I'm definitely considering investing. I'm actually also going to try using this. That really went on heavy a little bit. So I just have to play around with this product and see how it works. But I just want to make sure that I'm like, you know, trying things out and seeing what I like about it. But so far I really like this. I'm going to go back over just a little bit with the powder now. Yeah, this is really, really pretty. So I think what we're going to do now is go in with the Natasha Denona Bloom palette. Again, I really want to try this. It just looks like it would be so much fun. It's so pretty. I think what I'm going to do is start with the highlighter, like the glow side of the cream right here. And I'm just going to use my ring finger actually. And I'm going to press that on my cheekbone or lack thereof. But we're going to fake it. Really pretty, very subtle, slightly peachy orange. Doesn't really go with my skin shade or anything, but I'm totally fine with that. And then what I want to do is go in with my Morphe M334 brush and go in with the blush, like the cream blush. But I'm going to just go very lightly because I think that a little will go a long way. And I'm just going to press this in and then I'm going to go back in with the sponge after. I'm just going to place it where I want it, and then I'm going to go in with the sponge after. All right, so now I'm going to take the sponge. I have a couple of sponges here just for whatever usage, and I thought using all these creams it might come in handy. And so far, yes, it's coming in quite a bit handy. It's really lightening up that cream blush side, and it's looking a lot nicer and a lot softer, but still giving me that like fresh glow, which is really pretty. Okay, I'm really trying to work with creams. I'm really trying. I think it looks okay. I'm a lot better with the Saint products than I am with some of these, so it'll definitely take some trial and error. But right now what I want to do is take a blush brush, and I'm going to go in with this one right here. And I'm going to just lightly put that right over top of the other blush just to give me some of that glow back and bring in some more of that warmth. And these are both really pigmented. You do not need a lot of product. Just a light tap will do for sure. But I'm really, really enjoying the colors in here. Just they don't really go with like the honey colors and then like the more peachy warm shades. So that's okay though. I'm really just kind of playing around here. And then I think what I'm going to do is take my highlighter brush, pardon me, and go in with Glow Extreme, which is right here. And I'm going to take this. I have a feeling this is going to be really glittery, as you can tell by the chunks on it. But I'm going to just lightly apply that on top of the cheekbone. This is why I wanted to do like a really soft eye look, and then I accidentally went a little cray. Do people still say that? That is really pretty. Very, very peachy glowy. And I think if I had more of a tan, this would look really pretty. I think this is definitely more for my tan skin. Like it's really nice now on my skin, but I think with like less of a prominent eye look. But this is more about like trying new things out. And then what I'm going to do on my upper lip is I'm going to go in with my ring finger, and I'm going to go in with the cream base. And just go on my Cupid's bow. And on the bridge of my nose a little bit. And then I'm going to take my highlighter brush and go in with the highlighter. And just dab that on. It's really pretty. It's so pretty. I love the peach color. So back to eyes now. I'm going to make this really simple, and I'm just going to go ahead and take some of the shade Roll It, which was this shade right here, that more purpley deep shade. I'm just going to take that on a little pencil brush and drag it along the outer portion of my eye. And then I'm going to take the shade Blunt, which is right here, and I'm going to just lightly blend the bottom part out. Just add a little bit of warmth and then blend that bottom part out. I really enjoy this eye look, honestly. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's very pretty, and yeah, I'm actually really surprised at how much I like it, especially because I don't wear gold eyeshadow on the regular. I don't really gravitate toward it, so I'm just really excited. I highly recommend the 420 if you're looking for something that's grungy but also can be a little girly and soft. For me, this is girly and soft. I wear a lot of makeup normally, so for me this is this really enjoyable, soft, and really pretty, fun shades. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Pixi Glow Mist, and this is in a project, so I'm just going to use this because I don't think I bought any extra like setting sprays or anything because I have so many right now. But I'm going to use this and hopefully set this face. I got this on Amazon. Highly recommend if you're looking for a fan. It has 3 settings. It's so good. And I really also enjoy the Pixi Glow Mist. It's really good. I went and got 2 backups. I got this one and a more like lavender burgundy bottle, and I don't know, I think it's the Rose Glow Mist, but don't quote me yet because I can't remember off the top of my head. But now we gotta do lips, and I'm really trying hard to figure out what I want to use. So I think I figured out what I want to use. I got this as my birthday gift from Sephora. This is the Nars. Oh my gosh. Could you see this writing? It is so small. Like, can you see that? It's so small. Like, something lip balm. Something lip balm. something lip balm. It's freaking bronze lip balm, okay? I have no idea what that says. I'm gonna go ahead and try this. I don't know that I want to use a lip liner, but I think I'm going to anyhow. This is just an oldie but a goodie. It's the Spice Lip Liner. I think this is from Milani. I'm not even sure. And then I'm gonna go in with the Nars Lipstick. Pardon me, lip balm. Wow, that is a very pinky red on camera. In person, it looks like really bronzed and cute, and on camera, it like matches my hair. I don't know what you guys are seeing, but yeah. And then I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs. Holy crap with the small writing. Like, holy. Sugar Enamored High Shine Gloss Lip Lacquer. Man alive. I'm going to go ahead and apply this. I think that's so pretty. I'm definitely more warm on the face and lips, and then the eyes are a little more cool toned, but I'm enjoying the look. I think it's really fun. I was actually going to try one of my gray lipsticks, and I'm kind of kicking my butt that I didn't, but I think this is a little more acceptable together than I think gray lipstick would have been. So I'm really enjoying it. This is really nice. I'm glad they have like tiny minis because I don't use lip gloss enough to sort of buy a full one. But don't get me wrong, if I saw a really good sale, like if they were on for like even less of a price, maybe like a Black Friday deal, and they were still available, I would probably buy a few more of the Marc Jacobs ones. So that is everything. This is a lot of the new things that I've bought in the last couple sales that I haven't been able to try recently, and I actually really enjoy everything that I've tried. I'm trying to think. So the eyeshadow palette was okay. Definitely workable though. I'm really happy with the way that it turned out in the end. And I forgot to put mascara on my lower lashes, but I'm totally okay with that. I'll do that in a little bit. I really like the lip combo, except for the way that it looks on camera as opposed to in person. In person, it's like sort of reddish, sort of like a slight neutral to red undertone. But on camera, it looks like I have like a brown red lipstick on. And so it's just a little deceiving, but I definitely enjoy the way that it looks. It's very nice and it feels good, and it doesn't feel like tacky. That gloss doesn't feel tacky. The balm is really nice. I would just wear that balm on its own from Nars. It's really nice. I'm trying to think what else. The brow freeze is holding okay. Seems to be holding okay. This brow looks awesome. This one, it doesn't really look like this one, but that's okay. They look okay. That's fine. I need to trim this one just a little bit more, I think, on the end here, and then I'll be okay. But otherwise, really enjoyed playing with this. I like the highlight. Things are working well. I'm happy I have these in my collection, and I'm really happy you guys could join me. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. It was just a kind of like get ready with me. I wanted to do more of a get ready with me and get to know me kind of thing one day, but I totally focus mostly on the makeup when I'm doing these. So let me know what you think if you're interested in more of these types of things for future makeup that I get, or other makeup that I still have in my collection. Maybe you're interested in seeing some of the ones that I still haven't used, because there is quite a bit that I haven't used. So let me know down below in the comments, or give the video a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you're whatever. If you don't like it, that's totally fine. I get it. But yeah, I thank you guys so much for joining me anyhow, and I will talk to you guys again very soon. Bye, everybody.